Yo, welcome back to Fly Free Sports. Um, not too thrilled, so had to do a video checking in on the Grizz, man. So this is gonna be a little Grizzly talk. Um, 0-4. I mean, what can I say? Slew of injuries, of course. Santi Aldama is out. Luke Kennard has been out with a concussion. As you know, Steven Adams out for the year. Who else gone? Of course, Ja with the 25 game suspension. And yeah, Brandon Clark, he'll be back at some point later in the year. But yeah, struggle season, man. What can I say? I think, obviously, these absences have been the most glaring cause of the slow start of the season, but there's been guys underperforming as well. So we can't just blame the slow start on the injuries. That'd be, that'd be disingenuous, I think, and not truthful. So I'm just gonna go over that a little bit of what I've been seeing over this first week of of bad play. Just a complete lack of consistency, of course. Taylor Jenkins, I mentioned him in my Grizzly season preview video, or one of the videos I made previously. I'm not really a fan of Taylor Jenkins, and he continues to show me why, with bad rotations, bad lineups at the wrong time. It's just always the same stuff with him, man. It's just like I don't get the philosophy at all. I don't understand it. I'm done trying to figure it out. I've wanted Taylor Jenkins out since probably midway through last season, so you won't see me sitting here trying to justify anything that he does. So that just is what it is. I think I mentioned in the NBA stream with Ben last week, man, that I wanted Jaren Jackson traded. Still feel the same. I think he's a I think he's a supremely talented guy, but I don't think he has it up here. I don't believe in him. I don't think he's a winning player. I think he's a very talented player, like I said, but I don't think when you need those crucial big plays and in big games and you need somebody to not make mistakes, I don't think he's that guy, man. He's almost like an accident waiting to happen, and it feels like. Whether he's gonna do something crazy, he's gonna be out of control, he's gonna commit a stupid foul, force a stupid shot. There's just a number of things that I've seen with him over the last couple years that just put me off. Like just as simple as that. And he's a great defensive player. I won't take that away from him. He gets a lot of good weak side blocks and he's formidable, man. So it's hard for me to say anything negative about his defense. I mean, he does the best he can on that end, but what we sacrifice on the other end is too much at this point with him, man. Like I said, the bad shots, the fouls, like just basically what I'm saying is his decision making isn't my cup of tea, man. Just not feeling him with his basketball IQ. So that's about as much as I could say about Jaren Jackson Jr. I would like him traded, preferably for Pascal Siakam, but I don't know if those salaries match up or if that's even possible, or would we need to give something. I'm sure we probably would need to give something else. Um, as Pascal Siakam is a better player than Jaren Jackson. So that's that. Desmond Bain, he's been pretty consistent. He's been about what I thought he'd be. I think he's still trying to ease into the season, though. I think he's playing well, but I think he has even another level to go to. He's seeing the majority of the coverage from defenses. They're throwing a lot of looks at him, trying to get him off his square. He's handled that pretty well for a guy who's never been the focal point of an offense. I've been pretty impressed with Desmond Bain over the first 4 games of the year. I think he had like one bad game, the game against the Nuggets. He didn't play too well in the first half, but even that game, the effort was there. So nothing I can say in a negative light about Desmond Bain. He's been the guy. He is the guy right now. He is going to be the guy for these, the rest of these 21 games that Ja's out. So shout out to Dez for stepping up and filling his role. Who else we got? Marcus Smart. He's been kind of up and down, mostly up. He's learning a new system, defensively and offensively. So we're giving him time to settle into his role. He's been effective though. He's been very, very effective. He's been knocking down shots, playing the hard, tough-nosed defense that he's always played over his career. He's given us pretty much what we expected to get from him. He's a consummate professional. Obviously, he's going to show up and give it 100 every night. He's another guy I can't really have too much complaint over right now. He's been doing his job. He's just trying to learn. Like I said, he's trying to learn a new system. So I'll give him about 10 to 15 games, and he'll be at 100. So Marcus Smart, he's played well. Who else? Derrick Rose, he struggled. No mystery about it. He just has no explosion, no lift, his shot is what has always been inconsistent. But he hasn't played in a while. He's another guy who I'm giving an opportunity to kind of, get his legs up under him, man. It's been a while for him since he's seen real NBA action. So I'm gonna show him the same grace I show the rest of the guys that are new and trying to be effective for this team. Derrick Rose, we'll see. We'll see how this whole signing pans out. I'm not ready to jump ship on D Rose yet, but he needs to step his game up for sure. Shit. I mean, we got so many guys out. It's kind of hard to go through all these. Zaire Williams. I said I expected Zaire to take a step this year, and so far it looks like he's trying. He's definitely playing better than he has in the past. I'll give him that. He's been active. He's not scared to shoot the ball. He's been playing pretty good defense. I just wish we'd get him a couple more looks per game. I want to see him get a couple more looks per game to actually know what we have with him. I want to see him more active offensively, especially in this time when we actually need the guys to be that with the guys out. So Zaire, shout out to Zaire Williams. I see he's coming along, but like I said, I just want to see more. That's all. I just want to see more out of him. I have no complaint about Zaire whatsoever, and I was tough on him last year. Anybody knew me last year, I wanted him gone. So this is a good endorsement for Zaire from me. So that's how I feel about him. Xavier Tillman, I don't know what the hell he was on last night. I don't want to see him shooting no more threes the rest of the year. Like, I don't want to see not one attempt from three for the rest of the year after last night against the Mavs. This nigga was shooting and they were wide open. Like, they were wide open threes that were not close. Like, I like Xavier Tillman, but just because of his hustle, not because of his talent. His talent level is marginal. I mean, it's hard to say that about an NBA player, but in comparison, you know what I mean. In comparison to other NBA guys, his talent is very marginal. But I like the effort he gives. The intangibles are there. It's just that he's not a winning guy. Like, if you need a guy in the playoffs to step up big, he's not going to be that guy. He might grab some rebounds and do some dirty work and get a couple putbacks here and there, might even hit a couple mid-range jumpers, but he's nothing that's gonna put you over the top as a key ingredient on a championship team. So that's about what I could say about Xavier Tillman. He's kind of like a placeholder. He's a depth guy. He's a classic depth guy. So I'm not really coming down on him too hard. It's just the truth. I mean, it is what it is. Who else has been playing well or trash? I mean, it's just hard to say overall, man. I think we'll be fine. I think I feel safe saying that we'll be fine, but this is gonna be a rough next 21 games, man. It's gonna be rough. I'm not even gonna like, and I didn't expect it to be this way. Anybody that saw my previous videos about the Grizzlies, like I didn't feel that way. I felt like we could still at least be, let's just say 25 games, Josh suspended. I felt like we could win at least about 16 of them. That's looking more like 10 or 9 or somewhere around there by the time he comes back. And that's without me looking at the schedule. That's just going strictly off of how we've been playing. It just hasn't looked good. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Um, man, it's just unfortunate, bro. Like to get off to this kind of start after being the 2 seed in the West the last couple years. But just got to get through it. Another guy, Jake LaRavia, just not impressed. He's every time I look up, he's shooting and missing. He doesn't provide anything on the other end of the court. He doesn't play any defense. He just doesn't do anything. Like I feel like he's another placeholder. I think that was a bad draft pick. I think I'm comfortable saying that at this point. I don't really want to talk about Jake LaRavia. David Roddy, I was high on him coming into the year. He's looking like he hasn't made any progress. He looks like the same guy. Not a horrible player, but just somebody we need to improve to be at that next level. And I'm not seeing it with him. Just not seeing it with him. Not seeing the growth. It's just like I said, a lot of guys underperforming, man. John Conchar, another placeholder. Jitty just out there. Like Jitty doesn't provide. He provides hustle. I'll say that. He might get a couple strips here and there. He's gonna hustle for the ball. He's gonna give 100% max effort. But again, like we need production at these spots. Like we need guys coming off the bench ready to produce. We don't need guys to just get in there and maintain. We need guys to produce. And none of these guys are getting it done off the bench, man. It's like I could go through the whole list, man. Who else? Kenneth Lofton Jr. He got a couple minutes in one of the games, but I don't even know. We still don't know what we have in him. It's all speculation. Like a lot of people love him. A lot of people say, "Oh, we need to package him up and get some other guys with him to get some trades." It's we don't know. Like we have to actually get him on the floor, and that's another thing with Taylor Jenkins. I'm just it's just suspect to me, man. Like you don't let the young guy. What do you have to lose at this point? It's not like we're playing well. Let the young guys get in there and see what they could do. Even if he wanted to get Gigi in there, you know what I mean? Gigi Jackson, I'll be with that. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be a struggle these next 21 games. I'll say that. Hopefully, we could just tread water until Ja comes back, man. And even when Ja comes back, I'm not expecting us to just take flight. He still has to get in basketball shape himself. So it's gonna take him, let's just say 10 games to get back in his stride. We already 35 games into the year, damn near halfway through the season. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think we'll have a good second half of the year. I'll put it like that. Let's just say like the last 30 games or so. I'm not concerned about missing the playoffs or anything like that, anything crazy like that. I'm not concerned. It's just I expected them to be a little bit better at this point, and they're proving me wrong. So I just it's pretty much all I have to say about the first week of games. Like I said, we lost to Dallas last night. Let Luca go crazy. It's just I don't know, man. Who we got next? We got the Jazz next. If we don't beat the Jazz tomorrow, we might have 5 or 6 wins by the time Ja gets back. It's that crazy. I don't look at the Jazz like a good team. That's definitely a game we could win, but we're going on the road, and I don't know how we're going to respond. So I ain't predicting nothing no more. I predicted the Grizz to win opening night, as y'all saw. I made that video last week. That went to shit real fast. I ain't making no more predictions, man. No more predictions from me. We'll just see how the season plays out. Um, all my teams been trash. Grizzlies been trash. Giants is extra trash. The fuck else can I say? Like the Yankees is ass. They ain't even make the fucking playoffs. What other teams I got? Oklahoma just fucking lost to Kansas, killing our national title hopes. Only fucking thing I got is UConn men's basketball, Connecticut shit. Like we won the championship, but that was last year. Who knows how we'll be this year? Cooper Flag decided to go to fucking Duke, so that put a damper on my week. It's just been a bad week overall with me for sports. Just in a nutshell, bro. Like this shit been awful. What else been going on? I guess my favorite UFC fighter is the champ, my nigga Suge. Shout out to Suge, man. One of my only sports motherfuckers that's winning or that wins consistently. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, it's ugly, bro. Like I'm not having fun. This sports fantasy teams is ass. Both of them trash. What can I do? What can I do? It's just not my season. Anyway, though, that's my little Grizz recap for the week. I got off topic talking about all the other shit, but that's just to kind of get you to where I am mentally with all these sorry ass fucking teams that I root for. Anyway, Fly Free Sports, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Y'all stay in tune with me. Another basketball stream coming up Thursday. Ben 1. Yeah, man, we're gonna keep it going. Fly Free Speaks episode. I'm gonna do something special this week for y'all. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, man. Fuck with me.